Welcome back to Empowerment Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Friedemann, and thank you for staying tuned and listening in. And again, if you have any questions now or maybe later, just email us. That's a possibility too. You can email at info@thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's also the website where you can find out more about the work I'm doing, which is about helping people to overcome their fears, not only about aging, but fears and anxieties in general. Maybe there is just a fear of living. Maybe there is a fear of being seen. Maybe there is a fear of failure. Maybe you just feel all your life already in that throng of anxiety and you don't know how to get out. Maybe you have a general sense of feeling unworthy, unlovable, not good enough, not belonging. All of those things I can help you with resolving by addressing the root causes. Because emotions are not just here by a random act or craziness of our mind, and they are not a disorder, and they are not something that we need to necessarily medicate ourselves to not feel. They are deeper issues that need to be addressed, wounds that need to be healed, confusions on a subconscious level that need to be resolved, questions that need to be answered. And this is all possible if you learn to go through those important steps of healing from the inside out. So if you want to find more about this and what's possible and how you can not only overcome but truly outgrow all of your fears, go to thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's in one word, thefearandanxietysolution.com. And you can also find out more about my book, which is also called The Fear and Anxiety Solution. Aging, and how can we embrace it? Well, I promise that I will give you some concrete suggestions that just are about ultimately solidifying and implementing the gist of what I've been talking about today, which is embracing the years that we are more and more accumulating as we're moving through this journey of life. How can we go through this journey and really embrace those years with greater authenticity and a greater level of fulfillment? So one of those exercises I feel is very simple, and again, it reminds me a little bit of what I experienced in that restaurant where it was all dark. It is just getting out of your head and moving into your body. You know, let's face it, in our society, we are not really having this mind-body connection available at all times. Why not? Because we are asked in our jobs and how we are interacting with each other through our media and our tablets and phones and so on. We are just so much more engaged mentally than we are really feeling our physical body. And I often say it in my shows that my pet peeve is when I see people, even when they're using their body in the gym, still ignoring it by reading or watching TV or looking at their tablets. Just, get into the body. The body needs you. The body wants you to fully inhabit it. And as you are inhabiting your body, the fun thing is that you're engaging so much more of yourself. These nerve endings that are spread throughout our physical body are far more than the ones in our brain. And so if you really want to have the full experience of life, you want to really taste, feel, smell, touch. You just want to have that experience that engages and uses your body at any time. So maybe what you want to do is just close your eyes and breathe and scan across your body, imagining that you are just taking a little inventory on how it feels. Sometimes it can be just turning off the TV and not eating and watching a show, but really just tasting the food more, being aware of its texture, of its smell, of its temperature. Sometimes it can be also when you are, you're hugging your kids or your grandkids or your partner, and you just really feel the hug, take it in, feel when you are in that embrace that there is actually just an exchange that goes beyond what you think. Maybe something that you cannot even describe in words. Just make the day more a part of your full experience as you are more fully in it with all of yourself. Another thing that I really find is important, that you find your rhythm. Find your rhythm and maybe slow down. Maybe this is the time to not speed up. I'm not saying you shouldn't stay busy. We get to this in a moment, but I'm saying as you are noticing, what, my body doesn't necessarily want to get always pushed. I don't really feel like always having to, be at this top level of performance. Maybe right now all I want is just smell the roses. Maybe I want to actually take the time and watch the sunset and not just, run around again and check on my computer. Maybe I do want to just slow down and listen to nature as it awakes in the morning or as it goes to sleep at night. And maybe I want to really lay in the grass and look at the starry sky and just feel how marvelous it is, this universe that we get a glimpse of every night and most of us completely ignore. So slowing down and taking your time to just get more in, taking the time to feel more immersed, taking the time to be more aware of what is happening externally and then also internally. Because I believe, as I said before, this is a phase in our lives as you're getting older that you want to go to that what actually is, in my belief at least, the purpose of our life, which is to find out who we are and what's our truth, and eventually really fall in love with that and embrace it. And hopefully sooner than later, because when you do feel that peace of being you, and when you do feel there is so much that you love about yourself, of course, it is so much easier to share this with others and to be that light that is illuminating maybe those people around you that are still dabbling in their own confusion and in their own darkness of self-rejection and self-neglect. And then another thing that I would really suggest to you is also to stay curious, stay open. That's one of those things that I really promised myself after I saw my parents getting ill and then dying, that I wanted to stay open and I wanted to seize the day and do things that I never have done and just be excited about it and really feel like, okay, now it's time to start something new. And this is why I did horseback riding, and this is why I moved away from the city out into the country, and this is why I learned new languages, and this is why I just feel like there are so many things every day that we can just find out about life that we don't know about, and find out about ourselves. So just think about that this is a time to get out of the box, out of the comfort zone, beyond that what you used to do, and instead just explore. This is not the time to slow down. This is not the time to, slow down, yes, but slowing down this journey of exploration, this journey of discovery. This is a time actually to go on this journey and do things that may make you uncomfortable, but at the same time also make you richer, because your experiences can certainly continue to grow. Doesn't matter how vigorous and how flexible and how capable you feel, you can still continue to gain more and more insights about the magic of life. Well, I want to leave you with a little quote by Deepak Chopra, which I really love. It's a wonderful quote. It says, "We are not victims of aging, sickness, and death. These are part of a scenery, not the seer, who is immune to any form of change. This seer is the spirit and the expression of our eternal being." So keep in mind, even if we think we get old and we die, I certainly also believe we still just continue and go onto another urge or another journey, and in some ways probably another transformation or another birth. But that's a topic we can and will talk about in the future. Until then, enjoy every day. Goodbye.